Leo, can you hear us?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
And can I see who the participants are? Okay. Hey, Lori.
Hello.
Okay. This is our budget hearing first. And once we get started, you can just put it on mute and black out until just come back at 4. We'll give it a minute in case somebody else shows up. So,
Now, if we don't have a quorum here, we'll have to move the approve the tentative budget to 4 o'clock, right?
yeah,
Which we can do.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the meeting to order. And it is 3:30 on Tuesday, May the 16th. And this is our first required budget hearing. And so in just a moment, I'm gonna have Bonnie go through the budget explanation, and then we'll just stay online in case somebody chooses to join us. And there's no public comment. No one has asked to make a public comment, so we'll pass on that. And the next part is reviewing the proposed budget. And Bonnie's got 4 parts to this: the narrative, the advertisement, the workbook, and the pay rates. And then she has a tentative budget, and we'll need a quorum in order to act on that. So we'll bring it to our regular meeting after the budget hearing. And then we'll adjourn. But we'll just stay open, Leo, for 30 minutes. And if somebody comes in, we'll certainly entertain any questions. So Bonnie, if you would, go right ahead.
Sure. So I'm just going to speak from the budget narrative, which I think people got a copy of when the agenda was emailed out, and it's on Assembly as well. And Leo's got it up here. But like Sherry said, there's 4 documents. There's the narrative. There's a summary, which is actually on our website of the budget by functional area, which is required by the DOE to have. And then there's a detailed workbook that gives you line item by line item, everything that's in the budget by site and regional office. And then there's the pay rate sheet that we ask the board to approve as part of the budget every year. I will say the pay rates have not changed. There's been no raises or any increases or anything like that. But just to review the timeline, we're at our first budget hearing today. There'll be another budget hearing on June the 13th at 3:30, right prior to a called governance team meeting to adopt the final budget at 4 o'clock on June the 13th. Just revenues, we've talked about this in our board training and everything else, but it's based on House Bill 87. Our state allotment sheet right now has $11.6 million on it. I'm projecting the revenues are about 14.6 because the original allotment sheet does not include our adjustment for the alternative weight that is due to us as part of House Bill 87. And we're hoping to get that within the next couple of weeks, according to the DOE and the Office of Planning and Budget at the governor's office told us definitely by midterm, we would see that added. So that's why it's added into the estimated revenues. And you can see that that's a significant decrease, that our midterm allotment for revenues was over 27 million and we're going down to 14. So in expenditures, we've been talking a lot about this as well. And we cut a lot of things. Every area, every site, every department was reviewed. We decreased the impact on students and the direct link to students, but we made a lot of other cuts. As we already said, no salary or hourly amount increases. We were matching 403B plans up to $200 a month. That's ending in July. We've talked about the reduction in force. You actually approved that at the last governance team meeting. That currently is 111 positions, but will be over 150 with people through attrition that leave and will not be replaced. And that plan is attached to the narrative document by position for your review. And then there's just several other items that we decreased in the budget. Teacher hours, we actually changed the projection a little bit from 15-1, from 12-1 ratio to 15-1. Mentors went from 1-10 to 1-20. And we've changed our operational hours from 4-9 to 4:30 to 8:30, all resulting in that bottom line number that you see there, a cost savings of over $5 million for this year's budget. And we project to take right at $4.5 million out of the fund balance right now today. So are there any questions about the budget? Anything in the detailed budget you want to talk about or ask about?
No, ma'am.
And just be clear, this resulted in the RIF plan that Bonnie's got attached here. And so we are underway with our RIF plan and dealing with that right now.
Okay. No questions.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey,
We're good.
Okay, and so now for Robbie and Allison, we're going to just leave the doors open. And if anybody wants to come in and ask a question, they can, but the rest of all of you can go on mute and black out. And we'll come back at 4 o'clock to close out the budget hearing and then start our board meeting at 4 o'clock sharp.
okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Are we good to wrap up?
I believe so. Sherry just went out and took a call, so, but I believe we're ready, we're good to wrap up the budget hearing unless there's any other questions or comments, and then there's a separate link for the actual 4 o'clock board meeting, correct?
Yes. All right, I'll go ahead and end this meeting and
Jump in the other one.
jump in on the other link in